Hey guys, what's up? Toxic here with a brand new PC build for $700. I hope you enjoy. This build is good for anything you throw at it in 1080p. You will get mainly a constant 60 FPS if you play on medium to high settings. Now to the build. Okay, starting it off with the FX 8320 3.5 GHz processor from AMD. For $138, it's a great CPU for the money, and it is great for gaming. Next I went with the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo, retailing for only $30. I went with this because I own one personally and I think it is a great CPU cooler. When playing games I always have low temps, so that's why I chose this, and it's pretty cheap. Next we have the Gigabyte GA990 FXA UD3R5 motherboard. Retails for $100 and it's a great motherboard for the money, and is able to be overclocked. Next we have the Kingston HyperX Fury Black 16GB DDR3 memory. I own the DDR4 variant of this RAM and I think it's super fast and very reliable, and you'll be able to play almost any game you throw at it. Next up is storage. I went with the Silicon Power S60 120GB SSD for the boot drive, and I also went with the Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive so you can have space to store your games. Next is the graphics card. I went with the EVGA GTX 960 4GB version of the card. The 960 has two variants of the card. One has 2GB of DDR5 RAM, and the other has 4GB of GDDR5 VRAM. It's a great card for 1080p gaming and medium to high settings. I was watching some Doom gameplay of the processor and the card together. They work absolutely fantastic together. On medium to high settings, the game looks great at 1080p. You'll get about 60 to 70 FPS constantly on both settings, and on high you'll get about 44 to 60 frames per second while playing on high in 1080p. Next is the case. I went with the NZXT S340 because it's a great case. I own this case and I can probably say that this is a great case for people who like great cable management. Also, this case is able to hold a dual radiator for water cooling. Finally, we have this power supply, which is an EVGA 650W 80+ gold semi-modular power supply. I personally own an EVGA power supply and have never had any problems with it. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace. Also guys, I wanted to say that the 960 and the 8320 are absolutely wonderful cards. They work greatly together, and if you wanted to check out for yourself some benchmarks of the graphics card itself, you can check out the GTX 960 benchmarks channel. They use that motherboard or that processor and graphics card together, and you can basically see any game you want to with those, and it just works absolutely great. And I highly recommend this channel if you want to see this card.